day in life with the Aboriginal LostPhoenixWolf on my channel. Today is still October 3rd, and this is the 4th video log for today. What was I talking about now? Oh, talking about meeting people online and stuff like that, and everybody has been a stranger one way or another, and it's all up to you what you want to, how you want to share your life with them. If you want to keep your real life different from roleplay life. The avatar life, I'm going to go relate to my avatar life. The avatar life I've been knowing for like 7 or 8 years and been off and on like every other, not really that much into it anymore. The first 3 years, 4 years I was into it because my life was nothing, was boring and nothing really going on. First 3 or 4 years. And I think it's maybe 8 years in. Yeah, I kind of died out after the 3rd year, and then the 4th year kind of got picking up and blah blah blah. It's like really not going anywhere, doing anything. So the past 2-3 years is like blah 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 blah, not really going on. But what I'm saying is that it's up to you if you want to talk about your real life or involve the people into that you don't really know on the internet, and if you get to know them more and more, as days go by, months go by, maybe a year goes by, and you actually meet them, and they're not really a stranger so much. The internet relationships sometimes work, sometimes don't. I've been through a lot of different relationships online, and I don't know, I'll say about 7 or 8 different relationships, and maybe 2 or 3 actually, were successful and really meant a lot of things, but in the end I just end up being depressed and alone as usual, and then I just gave up. I gave up even trying. But anyway, when getting as the avatar life, being with the avatar life, and very first time, I think I've said something on the story in this, and I'm just going to talk about it anyway, because I didn't really go into that much detail back then. Whenever time I talk about this, because every now and then I do. Back to maybe 10 years ago. 10 years ago, this avatar life thing started, and wasn't really that spectacular. It wasn't really that important in my life, and sometimes I go on and some of that, and meeting some new friends, and most of the time was about when you go into it, you are thrown into a room, a one-on-one person, not really anything going on. People had some huge heads, some big eyes, and you could like stand or sit certain spots. You only have certain nodes to sit here or stand there, and it was only like a couple rooms. Then it became 4 rooms. And meeting this person, that person, you throw them on your friends list, and you end up talking to them stuff. And the friends list started getting bigger and better, and then they had more rooms, and things started getting better. So I'm going to continue talking about the beginning of this. And then it came to a time that like you can have up to 10 people, and then we would crash a lot, and there was like really nothing going on. And then they started be able to play your music, your own music, like that you buy from the game itself. It's online and stuff, and you can buy this and that, and cost money, or you can buy it from the credits you get, or build it up from there, and doing surveys and offers and stuff like that and whatnot. So at that time, we're chilling in this one room. It's it was like a wolf room. You're in the woods, and there's places where you could sit around a fire, and there was like a blanket for a picnic, and then all behind us there was also this like big pond. You could sit on the logs and stuff and sit around it and stand around it and stand like on the side of this cave, and the moonlight's out. And there was a wolf room anyway. I'm not gonna, well, can't really say the actual name because I don't know, I'm not going to say the actual name because in this case it might be a product or t-shirt idea or something. Somebody's patenting the idea, and I'm going to get copyrighted for that. So anyway, just in this avatar life and hanging out and making friends and stuff, and you have about you can have about 10 people in the room, and then when you have it packed, and it's always crashing and listen to music, and you can't come back and restart the whole damn song or whatever. And sometimes we have a song list of certain things, and what kind of music we're into, meeting friends and people, and hanging out and having fun, talking about this and that, whatever kind of topic. And then somebody's got people doing stupid things, or too happy, or too grabby, and I don't know, just male things, you know, stupid male things. I mean, there's other people who are male, they don't have to act like a typical male. And, you know, other rooms start coming about, more rooms, and, you know, people started hanging out in different rooms, and, you know, I hang out with this one, hang out with, and it began, I started to become, no, a daily thing. So from, you know, that room or another room, and then decided to hang out in another room, and I felt like, you know, kind of a lost soul, not really much of an outcast, but not a person who really belongs there. I mean, that's how my life is. I don't feel like I belong anywhere. I don't really fit in anywhere, and, you know, I don't know. In my life, it became to, you know, just certain normal things, and, you know, normal, you know, clothing and normal things, and doing stuff like that, and got to the point, you know, normal was getting boring. Started being myself, and I was dressing the way I want to dress, or act or say anything I want to say, and, you know. But anyway, going back to the avatar life, I started hanging out with a certain group, and we were hanging out in an attic. So I guess, you know, a bunch of either vampires or wolves or whatever it is, hanging out in the attic, and I would sit on this little leaf thing that was like really tall, and, you know, it became like a avatar family. So, you know, I kind of have a sister. I don't think I really had a mother at that time. Well, yes, that was like another thing. But anyway, kind of like a sister or something like that, and, you know, not really anybody. And I started, you know, knowing these people, and then after that, you know, going back to the whole place, and then, you know, starting in an actual room, and, you know, being family and stuff like that. And so we got together, and we decided to do things as, you know, wolves or vampires among each other, and then it started, you know, becoming, you know, on an everyday thing, and hanging out there, and try to hang out the other place, because that was my first family, and this is my second family, you know, going between the two and stuff. And the other thing kind of died out a little bit, and people started going to other places and starting their own role plays, and their own rooms, and hanging out with different people, and the attic thing kind of died out. It kind of came back up afterwards, because of the second family thing kind of died out after a while too. I think it was a year and a half in, and, you know, I spent a lot of time on there. That's time it was, you know, it spent so much time on there. Like, it was like I was out in there like 20 hours a day, because I had no life and nothing really going on in my life. I didn't really care anymore, and it's made that thing. And then too much of it gave me a heart attack. And I know we're talking about heart attacks and stuff like that again. But like I said, the avatar life, you know, had, you know, brothers and sisters. You know, there's different kids. You know, had a girlfriend, and, you know, had kids with her, and like wolf pups and stuff. And, you know, it just became better and better. Things started improving. Things started not crashing, and different outfits, and different clothing, and different styles of rooms, and chat things, and things started smoothing out and stuff like that. And, you know, the family life, you know, was cool. And then we moved to another chat room, and we hang out there. You know, we dance and play music and talk about daily events and stuff like that. And me, it was still kind of, you know, iffy, you know, kind of belong there or belong someplace else. I'm not too sure where I kind of belong, and having problems with certain people, and, you know, people are disappearing, or, you know, leaving things because things aren't working out. And then after, you know, time that things started dying out from there, and started to get involved with other role plays and stuff, and I started, you know, thinking of something else to do, because this role play and avatar life was interesting to me. So I decided to like figure out a way. Then I Google searched it and did some research on it, and it eventually became like Legends of Roleplay. I was in the top 10, you know, top 7 maybe at the most, and I was needed. It all depends on what kind of role play I was in, you know, the family or the friends kind, or traveling from, you know, kingdom to kingdom kind of thing. And I would have a lot of role, like, you know, I would choose to be different in every different room. But I knew everybody, you know, and everybody became like a family member, and became like I was like had like over. I was like a person who was in a family. I was a family member of, you know. How do I say this? I was family to a lot of different people. I was a part of the 10 families, and every family had like 100 in them, and sometimes know them, sometimes I don't. And then I was a part of 30 families with 100 people in there, and that's like over 3,000. But I only had like 300 people in my friends like that. I mean, that was hectic trying to keep up with who's who and who's doing this and like that, who's changing, who's got new kids, and I was getting really bad, and that's what gave me a heart attack because I was trying so hard to keep up with it all. So I decided to change the role, play around a bit, and do something a little bit different. I decided to do some research on the Google and how to start from the bottom, climb the ranks to become a king. So I decided to do tasks from different kingdoms and stuff, and they would give me tasks and they give me rewards and different tasks I would do, and I figured out how to do it, how I role play it and get it done. And sometimes it's killing off the noobs or bad humans, or researching this or researching that. And then for every task I would get a rank up, and then I would get money thrown at me, or an outfit, or an armor, like a nice armor. And it was kind of difficult between the ones. And I was mostly doing the outfits and armor, because later on I was doing the money thing, and I had different jobs there too, like DJing and a security guard, working, doing the food thing. And I don't know, I had about 6 or 7 different jobs too. I mean, that kind of killed me in my real life anyway too. So I climbed the ranks, going up a little, and then I came back to like the last rank, and the king and queen told me that if I wanted to become a king, I would have to kill a king. And I thought on it. It was like 5 days to a week, and I came back and I said, I can't do that. That is not noble of me to kill a king to become a king. I just can't do it. They said, well, if you can't finish this last task, then you can't become a king. So then I went back to my family, started talking about this, talking about that, and then meeting other people, our sisters and brothers and stuff. And this sister decided to make me a king because I was a good father, I was a good uncle, I was a good nephew, or whatever kind of role plays I was in. And she knew about this and knew about that. Decided to have a ceremony and decided to make me a king. And it was really good. I mean, it didn't want really that easy, but I did a lot of stuff in there, and they knew that the good deeds I've done, and done a lot of things like I shouldn't have, and for the greater good. And then along came this one person, and he knows about my good deeds and my noble stuff and stuff like that, and he wanted me to become his son. So in the role play, the son is like I never had a father. I had mothers over there, never had a father, and got a father and a new mother coming about. So anyway, I'm going to continue this video tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you about my avatar life and a bunch of stuff I could off the top of my brain here. I'm going to try to continue tomorrow. So anyway, I'm wrapping this up. If you guys like this video, please do hit the like button. Please subscribe to me. Share this video on the channel. My benefit for me. Please do tell your friends and family about me. Thank you for viewing this video. What time of day is I watch it. Hope you all have a nice day, morning, night. Remember, it's better to be Aboriginal than original.